Hi, this is Nikki, and welcome to the Reset Journey. So, today I want to be commenting on something that I ran into. I will be sharing this person's information in case you want to go look for the full content itself. It's on a different platform, but I will share it for you. But I do want to talk about it because I was wondering why I did something. So I shared something on here that God had helped me. Of course, He's helped me through a lot of things, but there was this one specific thing that I've been needing help like for years. I finally made peace with it and closed the door. Well, a few weeks ago, guess what I did? I opened it back up. And I was so mad at myself for doing that. And I said, why did you do that? Why did you do that? I didn't understand why I did that. And then I ran into this. So I want to share it. Here's a clip, and we're going to talk about it.
Your brain will always try to return to what feels familiar, even when what's familiar is hurting you. That's why some people stay stuck in old mindsets, old pain, old relationships, and old versions of themselves. Not because they want to suffer, but because the brain craves familiarity more than freedom. And some of you are asking God for a new season while emotionally living in an old one. Still replaying the betrayal, still grieving the failures, still defining yourself by what didn't work out. And God is saying, daughter, your victory lies in moving forward. Philippians 3:13-14 says, forgetting what is behind and reaching forward to what is ahead, I press on toward the goal. Paul understood something powerful. You cannot walk into what's ahead of you while consistently turning around to stare at what's behind you. Your victory lies in moving forward, and psychologically this makes sense too. Your brain stores emotional memories strongly, especially painful ones. That's because your nervous system is designed to protect you from future harm. So when something painful happens, your brain creates emotional associations around it. That's why certain places, memories, songs, or even conversations can instantly pull you back emotionally. Your body remembers what your mind keeps rehearsing. And some of you are exhausted because your nervous system has been stuck in survival mode for years. You've become emotionally attached to disappointment, attached to fear, attached to expecting things to go wrong. Not because you're weak, but because unresolved pain trains your mind to stay guarded. But Isaiah 43:18 says, forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. God is literally telling you, stop emotionally living in places I already brought you out of. And I know moving forward feels uncomfortable because healing feels unfamiliar at first. Peace feels unfamiliar when chaos is all you've known. Healthy feels unfamiliar when dysfunction became normal. But unfamiliar does not mean wrong. Sometimes unfamiliar is exactly where your freedom begins. And some of you keep asking God for clarity while refusing to release old versions of yourself. You can't carry old pain into new purpose forever. At some point, you have to decide, am I going to keep reliving what hurt me, or am I finally going to move toward what God promised me? Because what's ahead of you is still alive.
So that alone answered my question, because the reason I opened up that door, that door that I opened was around an era where I was completely healthy, felt good. I was younger, no sickness, just full of life, not thinking of, you know, bills or no problems in life. My grandmother who adopted and raised me was still alive. Like, life was amazing, except for I was in a not a good relationship. And I seem to draw comfort from that time because it was, I feel like, the best I looked. I was younger, like I said. And it was it's not the happiest I've been in my whole life, but as far as like health, it was, because health is everything. Health is wealth. And that's the best I felt. So I like to go back there because I pull comfort from there. And I had to close that door for so many reasons. A lot of it had to do with hurt pains for my mom, certain things other people did to me, and a big wound, left by my ex-husband. So during that time, even though I felt my best and, was young and healthy and vibrant and had a job and like just really was content with my life, a lot of it comes with it. So when I go back to that place, other stuff comes with it. I try not to make it that way, but that's what comes up. And I had to get out of that loop. And I finally did. God helped me. But when all these adrenal surges and panic attacks were happening, I seemed to open up another phobia, which I've had this phobia before. And this usually happens when I'm not feeling really good. But I begin to get dependent on people. Okay. I, for some reason, think I need somebody here all the time, or I freak out. I start having panic attacks, or I'm having anxiety because I'm at home alone. I hate when I go through this. And this time it seems to be like really strong. And it's been interfering with people's lives. You know, my husband had to leave work a lot. My daughter had to change her work schedule, and she's had to leave work a lot. And it's cut her hours. And I'm literally interfering with people's lives. And I started to come down on myself because of that. Guilt, anger, self-hate tried to come back. And so there was this day where I was like, okay, I'm not going to bother anybody. And I was just going through it, right? And I was just wanting to feel comfort. And I do talk to God, and I pray for it to go away. But for some reason, I didn't draw my comfort from him, and all the scripture and the Bible study that I've been doing. I did not go there. No, I wanted to go to something familiar and something that had worked for me in the past. So I was like, I'm just going to have to open this door. And I just started to remember and try to take myself there again. And I did. I opened the door. But it still didn't draw the comfort enough for me to calm down. So I not only did I open the door and have all those issues again that I worked so hard to close, but I still have the issue. I'm still dealing with it right now. And all I did was make things worse for myself. And I kept thinking to myself, what is wrong with you? You have been nonstop Bible studying since January. Nonstop. I'm almost done with the New Testament. And I've learned so much. I see God in a different way. I see Jesus in a different way, like in a beautiful way. I'm creating this relationship with him, a really beautiful one, but at the same time, I'm still wanting to find comfort in the things. And I didn't understand why. I'm like, why? It's been months and months. My mind should be rehearsed and retrained. Like, why am I not creating new patterns? So when I ran across that video, it meant a lot to me because I'm so hard on myself. And I keep thinking something's wrong with me. Other people, like, they just get it and they can just move on. And I just feel stuck, or I'm turning my wheels. I'm opening doors that I had already closed. I feel like I'm going backwards instead of going forward. And I'm here. So to me, Paul was just a genius. He was basically showing us in scripture how to retrain our mind and how to knock these things down. Why these phobias come into my life. I mean, they're really hard. And if you deal with a phobia of any kind, then you know what I'm talking about. If you never have, then you're just not going to relate. And that's fine. Maybe you know somebody that does deal with it and you're trying to understand them. But it really is hard. And it's a thinking mentality. Like she said in the video, you have trained yourself to always think the worst. Like it's always doomsday. It's because some stuff in the past might have happened. And so your mind replays that in a loop. You're constantly, expecting it. So when you try to go forward, that's so heavily embedded in your mind that your body will start freaking out before you even leave the house, or you even try to attempt to conquer a fear. And it's like, why is this happening? I haven't even tried to to attack it yet. But the mind knows. The mind knows. And it thinks like, oh, I need to protect her from this because last time it didn't end so great. And it starts to rehearse these things, and I start to relive them. And all it does is keep me in bondage and keep me in fear. And it keeps the nervous system active, and in fight or flight, and I'm constantly in fight or flight. And yesterday, I don't know what happened that activated it all day. Oh, it was messing with my blood pressure. I was anxious throughout the day. And I don't know why sometimes. I'm just like, I can feel that I'm stuck on that fight or flight. And I just thought I'd be past this by now. I've been suffering with this since January. We are in the end of May, and I am still struggling. I thought this was only going to last a few months, and we're going on 6 months. So this is where I'm at right now. I'm still reading. I am still seeking, still trying to learn. I'm not going to give up trying to retrain my brain. There's just a lot of things coming against me, and I wanted to share that video. So maybe it'll help somebody, and just wanted to document where I am in my journey. I'm not as far as along as I thought I would be, and I opened up a door, and I have a new phobia of depending on people, along with agoraphobia. So, and I don't think I've lost any weight. I'm supposed to lose weight too. So that's where I am, the honest and hard truth. So hopefully next video will be better and I'll be in a more better place. But I will keep this updated. Have a blessed one.